Hey folk, welcome back. So as you can see, we are not in the normal filming situation or even in my temporarily normal filming situation. We're in the car because we're going to a doll show. Anthony's here. Say hi.
Hello.
Look at that little smile. He's so cutie. But yeah, we're on the way to a doll show. Last time we went to one, it was a really fun experience to like go and like have that experience. I really wanted a different word and I couldn't find one, but
Exciting, terrific.
I meant for experience.
Oh,
Activity.
I guess experience is the...
Either way, yeah, it was fun to go. I didn't buy that much last time, and I'm low-key sort of hoping that happens again this time because we have another outing planned tomorrow. We're just doing a whole bunch of stuff. I haven't said already why we're going. Really great start to this video. It's early, okay, and I haven't had any coffee yet, so like, please forgive me. But my birthday was on April 21st, which was a Monday, so this weekend we're going out and celebrating and shopping. So stop one is the doll show, and I'm hoping to save a little bit of money for tomorrow because that's going to be the flea market, so like that should be a fun little experience. So yeah, that's where we're going today, and you guys are going to come along for a little bit. As you know, I do not film well in public because I get super anxious, so you're probably just gonna get like a lot of photos or like still shots or maybe some video with my voiceover once I edit this, but you're still coming along in some capacity and that's what matters. So would you like to say anything to the people, Pooks?
I look like I'm a walking beige flag right now.
Yeah. I made him put on the Knuff hoodie because he wanted to wear a camouflage hat from what, it's a rifle company?
It's a rifle scope company.
It's a company that makes rifle scopes.
I use the scopes in the video games, okay, and I like their scopes.
I was about to clarify that it's like he enjoys them in video games, and so he bought the hat for it. And I was like, you cannot just wear the hat. You're gonna look really like spooky with like. He also had on a Coors beer hoodie.
Yeah, it's my coziest hoodie.
So I made him put on the Knuff hoodie so that he didn't look like a walking red flag.
I promise, I'm not a bad guy.
And on that reassuring note,
I drive a Toyota. Like, come on.
Let's go to the doll show.
I respect binary people, non-binary people.
Good job, man.
All right, I don't listen to that country music. I'm just kidding. All right, thanks.
We'll see you in there.
Okay, yes. So as expected, I didn't really film that much inside because like, A, it's noisy. You can't hear shit anyway. So like, it's not as though that would be helpful. But I just feel like so bad and nervous, like with so many people around me being like, oh, let me whip out my camera. And like people are trying to browse. I'm not trying to cause a disturbance. So mostly I have pictures for you guys. First one that drew my eye was this little bucket of Novi Stars. These dolls are so cute. Like Novi Stars are so interesting and like so different obviously than most other things, but oh, those price tags, not a purchase. That same table did have a few different bins of brats, like there were several brats, and I was interested in quite a few of them. I did take a couple home that I'll show you like later on in the video here. I definitely like was tempted by more, but I was trying to like keep it slow and not spend all my money at literally table number one. I also just was excited just because like so many of these are loose, and I feel like that's low-key the only way to get like a good deal on Bratz dolls these days is like if you buy them loose, because you'll see even later in the video I saw some price tags but these were pretty solid. So yes, definitely a fun little find there. I only took this one picture, but I thought this was super interesting. I felt like there were a lot of booths at this doll show, like compared to the last one. I don't know if it's just because I was paying attention or if this is something like actually different, but it felt like there were a lot of booths that had more like accessories, like little tiny accessories. Like there were like some of the Miniverse stuff or like Make It Minis. I forgot the name of that one for a second. I always forget because there's two, but they're so similar. Anyway, that's not the point. Like there were some of those, but like just little boxes of accessories and like shoes and stuff like that. Like there were fashion packs too, which I sort of expect to see at a doll show, but the accessories for some reason struck me. I just thought it was really interesting. This seller had like several shelves and a very wide array of different brands and stuff, which was super cool, but like just generally speaking, they were a little bit on the pricey side for me personally. Example here, this Bratz doll. I feel like you can't even see the price tag. Like the picture's not close enough, but the winter one, $300. And like I understand these dolls also are very expensive online, so I'm not trying to shit on this seller in particular because like this is a hobby-wide issue, a hobby-wide thing, right? I'm just saying like she's adorable. I'm not spending $300 on her. Case in point, also found this Flashback Fever Jade, who She's not my favorite Flashback Fever doll. She's my second favorite. So stinking cute. This was from a different seller, but also just as expensive. So like I said, it's sort of a hobby-wide problem of Bratz being real pricey secondhand. So loved her. Did not get her. Saw a decent amount of like Gen 1 Monster High dolls. Like the seller had boxes and boxes of them organized in these little baggies. And there were other sellers who had a ton that were like new in box. But like the new in-box ones, similar to the Bratz, like the price tags, I'm just not going for it. The loose ones that I saw, I didn't see any of the very few G1 dolls that I still want. It was just really interesting, honestly, just because even in the short time since like the last time I went to a doll show, there are a couple of G1 dolls that I still want. But for the most part, I feel like my collection of G1 is like pretty much where I want it to be. Like I said, there are still a couple that I need to get, but like I didn't find myself gravitating towards them nearly as much as I would have expected myself to in the past, so it's just kind of an interesting observation. Sorry also about the weird orientation of some of these photos and videos. I very clearly didn't do this in any sort of professional way. The seller had a whole bunch of furniture, which I thought was really fun. I do think I've been like a little bit more interested in dipping my toes into doll furniture just because I think it's like a fun way to display dolls without them all just being on stands. Didn't have anything here that caught my eye, but like I was curious to see that. It was fun. One thing I did not expect to see at the doll show was bazongas, but here we are. Tony also spotted this. We also saw some of the Mark Ryden Barbies, which was super interesting to get to see in person. They didn't have the pink one, but they had this 2 set, like the black and white set. Tony really liked these, which I found interesting. Like, it's just so fascinating to me. Like, obviously, I love hearing other doll collectors' opinions and like being part of the community and engaging with other people who know what's going on. But it is also so interesting to hear him talk about what he does and doesn't like when it comes to dolls, because like, outside of talking to me, he doesn't know anything about dolls. So it's just super fascinating, to me at least, to get that sort of outside perspective. But yeah, he was a huge fan of these. They also had the Mark Ryden B, which I was really excited to see in person because my friend Keisha really likes this one. So shout out, they made me think of her immediately. Funnily enough, Tony loved the other two. He saw this and was like, that's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. So I don't really know.
Okay, we just got out of the doll show. We weren't in there for very long because it was like quite a packed little room. I don't have my seatbelt on, babe. This is love. Love is your husband putting your seatbelt on for you while you film a video. Anyway, we just got out. Yeah, we weren't in there for very long because it was a very crowded room. Super fun. Lots of stuff to look at. I have like some pictures that I will have assumedly put in for you guys to see, but I don't do great with crowds. Who is surprised? Probably no one. So didn't hang around too long, but we did have a successful run. I bought 4 different dolls and I'm so excited about the things that we managed to find. Like it was real good stuff there. I will show you once we get home because like we're driving and they're in the back and I don't really feel like getting to there. But the highlight was I met 2 of you guys. I hope you guys thought I was normal. If the 2 of you who saw me see this. Probably not. But that was so exciting. I've never met one of y'all like in person before. And like I that was just such a genuinely surreal and incredible thing to be like, oh shit, people recognize me. So wowie, thank you. Like definitely made my day. Would you like to check in at all, Pookie? Did you have fun?
I disassociated at one point.
Okay.
It was a big crowd, all right? I'm sorry. There's a lot of people.
No, I don't blame you.
I got sweaty.
Anything else you'd like to point out?
I want some bacon.
Okay, well, I will be back once we get home to show off the dolls that we got, and then, you know, we'll resume tomorrow for part 2. Yay! Alrighty, we are very unceremoniously vibing out on my living room carpet so I can show you what I got. So first off is the 21st anniversary reproduction Girls Night Out. Chloe, I wanted her when she came out. I got the Dana from this release and I was like, oh, I want the Chloe, but I don't want to pay full price. And then I just like kept putting it off. And then she got more expensive because I kept putting it off. But now I have her. She was, is the price tag still in here? I don't see it, but she was $25. So like, not really a bad price to me for an inbox Bratz. And this one, I'm going to force Tony to review because he doesn't like Bratz. So that should be absolutely hilarious. I don't know if you heard that in the background because I'm just on my phone mic. So it's not like super duper. He had a very sarcastic woo. And then from the same seller,
I also didn't say I am gonna do like a little like unboxing haul of these after tomorrow because I'm hoping to score some more dolls at the flea market. So like I'm not unboxing these right now, but we're just showing it off. I am gonna forget what the name of this doll is. She's like a little bit stuck to the bag. This one, I literally like very recently, like a couple of days ago, found out that this doll existed and was like, oh my gosh, I kind of want this one. I have immediately forgotten the name. So that's my bad for sure. But as you can see, she was $50, which like, listen, Brat's prices, I feel like that's comparable to what she usually goes for online, and I wasn't going to complain about it. She's so cute. I just couldn't believe my luck of being like, oh, I kind of want this doll. And then she was there. Boom. Like, that's just so crazy to me that I literally just decided I wanted her. And then she was there. And then two more that I got. Both are from the Dolls of the World Princess Edition line, which if you know I'm obsessed with. So this is the Princess of India. I think she's such a gorgeous, gorgeous doll. Like, to my uneducated opinion, one of the better ones. Like, she's just so pretty to me. Even the person selling was like, yeah, I don't really vibe with Barbie, but that's a cute one. And then I'm trying to do all this one-handed, so I am sorry. Well, asking for my husband's help is overrated. Same line. This is the Princess of the Navajo, which, to my understanding from what I've seen online, is one of Barbie's better representations of Native American culture, especially because a lot of the Native American Barbies are kind of just like broad, but this is specific to the Navajo. So like, I felt okay about getting her, and she's so pretty. Like the turquoise jewelry, that face, so stunning. So this is the little haul from day one. Here's hoping we have just as good of luck on day two. I like genuinely was so excited to see so many of these. This was a good one for me. So happy day. Hello, we're here for day.
It's sticky. I'm leaving.
What's sticky? Okay, do you feel better on that side?
Yeah.
Hi, we're back for day two. I forgot to film while we were driving, even though we were driving for quite a while to get here. It's earlier than I'm used to being alive. Any comments, Anthony?
I'm usually at work for about 4 hours at this point.
Anyway, so this place is absolutely huge. It's like 6, I counted, big buildings.
Something like that.
And then outdoor stuff too, so hopefully it's gonna be fun. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Huzzah!
There's so many dolls. We're so close, but so far.
It turns out we had gotten there a little bit too early because like a lot of shops were closed up like this one. This was one of the first places we saw. Didn't end up going back there for reasons you will see later. We saw an ungodly amount of Funko Pops, but trust, my eyes were immediately drawn to this man because one thing about me is if I see something my hero, I'm gonna notice it. My eyes might have been like peering about for my hero stuff, but mostly when it comes to anime, we saw Dragon Ball merch like everywhere, which I found very interesting. Obviously, I'd like fully understand it. It's an extremely popular, extremely long-running franchise. I'm a Dragon Ball fan, so like I wasn't upset by it or anything. I wasn't like, God, why is this everywhere? I just thought it was like super interesting because it's not as though there were a ton of shops that had like just a bunch of anime stuff. It was literally just a Dragon Ball. I spotted these boxes of Labubus, which I could not for the life of me tell you whether those are genuine or not. I'm not going to comment on that. I'm far from a Labubu expert. These are not my thing. Like, power to you if they make you happy. Like, that is absolutely super. I personally, like, I'm not really drawn to them. But I know there's such a big thing right now. So I was like, oh, that's crazy. I can't believe I found questionable, maybe Labubus at the flea market. You'll never guess what you're going to see more of later in this video. Also saw these AI-generated tumblers, which Tony and I both had a visceral reaction to. And then after a day of not like all losses, we had some wins that I'm going to share in a minute that weren't doll related. We stumbled upon the store that ended the flea market trip early. We only got like maybe halfway through, and then I found this place, and this is where I spent the rest of my budget.
Alrighty, we are heading out now. We did not last nearly as long in there as I thought we were going to. I was like, okay, this place is enormous. We're going to be here all day. That is not the case because I did in fact spend up to my budget quite quickly. I have been like saving up for this trip because, you know, birthday, I wanted to be able to like have some money to spend. Sorry, there's like something in my eye and I can't touch it because I was just in a flea market. And so like my hands are a little bit dirty right now. Anyway, yeah, we didn't last long because we found so many good things. I know you guys will have seen like some photos and stuff, but like obviously I'm going to show you more in depth once we get home. So definitely a fun, successful little trip. Anthony, any words? I like that you always seem so put on the spot when I ask, and yet I do it so often.
I'm just trying to think of something good to say. Howdy, Sigma. Skibbity Riz.
Never mind, I'll see y'all in a minute.
Okay, we have made it back home. I need to vacuum this rug. Don't judge me. The little haul that we're doing, as I said in the last clip, I think at some point I said this, I am going to do like a actual haul, like in-depth video of these, but we're just showing off what we got real quick. So first, the non-doll things over here. I have a couple of bags from 2 blankets that I got. If you've been on my Instagram, I think on 2 occasions I've been like, hey, I'm looking for like this particular texture of blanket, and like I have gotten responses from people that have led me to blankets that are close to the texture that I'm looking for, but these 2 bags contained the correct texture. They're empty right now because Tony immediately was like,
I knew what you wanted here. You could show off the design.
oh, that's true.
We all knew you were going to get that.
We got fairies because I mean, fairies.
I could say something, but I won't.
To be fair, these sort of blankets, I love the texture. Like it is truly a texture thing. We got the tiger also. Editing note, in the moment when I found those blankets, okay, you have to understand that like there is one specific texture of blanket that I can handle. Like the blanket that is my main blanket that I sleep with every night, that I like have with me throughout the day when I'm cold, is like a decade and a half old because it's the only one that I could find that was the correct texture. And so when I found these, I was so excited to find that they were the correct texture, and I just like kind of glanced at the like pictures and was like, okay, well these are like the best ones that are here. And in my head I was like, I don't think that this is AI, mainly because even like the old like 15-year-old blanket that definitely wasn't AI that I have like has a similar look to it. Like I feel like that's sort of just the style of these blankets. But then looking back at this, I'm like, I mean, I found AI tumblers. What if they were? It's obviously too late for me to do anything about it because like I mean, it's a flea market. I don't think they take returns anyway, and also it's like an hour away. Like I already own them. But I would like if anyone could clarify in the comments, is that just how the blankets are? Is that just like the blanket style? Or is that AI? Because like, if it is AI in the future, I would like to make sure I don't buy any more, you know? But like, the designs are questionable. Like they had a Bigfoot carrying an American flag.
I kind of wanted that one. Not because of what it could stand for, but because it's just funny.
Anyway, so yeah, I tried to grab 2 that were like moderately nice because I just needed it for the texture. So that was super exciting to grab those. As you've been seeing, I've kind of had this be like the basis. So this is like a little light. There's like a stand in here, and then it lights up on the acrylic and it makes him light up. This is Bakugo from My Hero, in case you guys haven't seen it. I know the box says Link, but very clearly that's not the case.
I mean, my love, to be fair, you wear a My Hero shirt probably like once every like 6 videos.
No, I don't. Not anymore. I don't know if you guys can hear Tony because he's kind of far away and he's also like messing with stuff. And my cat is right next to me playing with some bags. But I am obviously a big My Hero fan. If you've been around for a while, you probably know that. I do wear the My Hero shirts less now just because they've gotten a little older. So they're more like pajama shirts now. But anyway, yeah, it's like a little light up. And I'm so excited because I honestly have approaching an ungodly amount of My Hero merch, and I'm always happy to add to it. But what you guys are actually here for is obviously the dolls. Ta-da! It was Ever After High Central. I was losing it. Like, I was so excited to see all of these. I got like a little clip of the booth that we went into, and they had like a lot of dolls in general. They had a huge like Rainbow High display, tons of Monster High dolls, but I was so excited to find the Ever After High dolls, and like they have all this stuff, like the rings and the earrings and like the bags and everything. And I'm just, y'all, I'm so beyond hyped to get these. So I paid for these, and Tony helped me pay for these. He chipped in a little extra, and then we promptly left because that was everything. But I'm so happy to spend the rest of the budget on these. Like, y'all know I've been in my little Ever After High era, but even before I watched the media, except for Maddie, these were all 3 dolls that I already knew that I wanted just because I like the dolls so much. And to find them in like actually genuinely such a nice condition, like her tights are totally fine. I'm so excited. Also, shout out to the guy who was running this booth. He was so sweet. Like, he definitely didn't know the most about dolls. He was asking me questions about like how Monster High and Ever After High are different or the same. Like, he was just trying to learn, trying to know more, asking me about character names, and like it was just really cute. He mentioned that all of the like Rainbow High dolls that he had just finished posing, and he made sure like the hair was like all set up nice and that they were in cute poses. So it was absolutely adorable. I was very happy to like give him specifically money for the dolls because he just seems like a really wholesome guy. So absolutely excellent experience, super duper fun. But yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for this little like vloggy style video. Be on the lookout for the hauls because I'm so excited to be able to show off all of these dolls more in depth. But that's going to be it for me for today, guys. This is probably a shorter one, but hopefully still fun for y'all. I do hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or your night, whatever it might be, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.